everybody. Welcome to another episode of Jim Rats, the show where we talk all that sweet, sweet college basketball. As always, it's me, XFL Jim, joined by the one, the only. It is Chase, Lupine Fiasco, Sessoms. What is up, my friend?
Jim, just kind of leaning into this slowly becoming the handicapping Liberace thing. Just kind of.
You are going to be blinding people by like March Madness.
I'm going to be like that Mexican rapper who had like implants so that his hair was just strands of like diamonds.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You would do that.
That sounds painful. I'd be honest. It sounds painful.
It does. I could see doing like a wig version of that.
Yeah. That sounds, I feel like that translation is pretty right. Like, whatever the Temu / Amazon version of getting strands of diamonds implanted into your scalp.
So you sent me that link, the Temu link, to like kind of like get you some extra money too on there.
Yeah.
I had never used it. I didn't really know anything about it before getting
insane.
on.
It's insane, isn't it?
I thought it was just going to be like a cheaper Amazon.
No, it's
that website Amazon. Is crazy. That app is insane.
Yeah, pretty much.
What the hell is that? That's not shopping.
No, but there's also like this. There's things like this on there. Look at that. Look at all that.
Oh, Chase, I ordered $50 of bullshit. So,
are you getting into the chain game too, like I am?
Let me see if I can pull up my orders or whatnot, and see what I got.
Oh my God, are you putting me to shame?
I am not putting you to shame, but I like. When you added me on, I was like, oh, $50, and then I get like this much shit for free. Da 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 da. It really worked for someone like me. It definitely works on like, oh yeah, a lot of like really fun, pretty lights.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It's like, oh, a bobblehead of the notorious B.I.G. Yeah, I need that in my life.
So I ordered a flannel. Several knives, a shelf for my shoes, a pinky ring, a bomber jacket. This, I don't know if this translates, but I ordered
some dope bomber jackets on there.
A sick wolf hoodie, another pinky ring, and a wolf shower set. So, like,
be honest, I don't know how I feel about that last one.
Well, it's like a wolf howling at it's two wolves howling at the moon. It's a shower curtain, 2 bath mats, and a toilet seat cover.
Yeah. Whenever we marry each other, we'll make sure that survives and that moves in to the house that we cohabitate.
Oh, 100%. Also, one of the knives, one of them is just like a straight up regular knife. One of them is a switchblade.
Yeah.
So, and then the other one is a straight razor.
Please don't hurt yourself with those.
Those are going to be in videos. Oh, I already look at what I did recently.
Of course.
So we're getting it in real good. Chase, it is college basketball season. Really, it's college basketball conference season right now.
Yeah, it's prime time, baby.
The time where all of my Nebraska dreams and hopes usually go to die. We'll see if that happens this year. They're 12-2. I have hope for the first time in a while, but as you'll see in some of my picks, that hope might be going to the wayside. Chase, I have so many picks because I've taken kind of the week off of betting. I haven't made a bet in the New Year since the college bowl, like since the playoffs.
Yeah, so you kind of blew your wad here.
I went real hard. I have over 20 picks.
I have 7. So you want to throw out a couple, and then I'll throw out a couple?
I'll start with my 11.
Throw out one.
I'll start with my my morning ones. I'll go from 11 to noon. I have 4 plays.
How about you give your 11s, and then I'll give an 11, and I've got 2 11s. We'll do that.
Okay, I have 2 11s and an 11:30. Do you have any 11:30s?
I don't have any 11:30s.
Okay, I'll give my 2 11s. Starting off, I'm taking Rutgers +7 versus Iowa. Both these teams very hungry for a conference win. They're both, I believe Iowa is 0-3. Rutgers is 0-2. I think this is going to be a very hard-fought game. I don't really know who I would favor in this matchup. I think Iowa probably gets the win, but I don't think they should be a 7-point favorite over a Rutgers team who's shown some promise to start the year.
All right.
And then
So say that again. It was Rutgers.
Rutgers +7 versus Iowa.
Okay. All right.
It's two
I like
feisty
it.
teams looking for their first win in conference. So someone's going to walk away powerful. I think Iowa wins, but I think Rutgers keeps it close enough.
I love that Rutgers team. I
love
really
them
like what that coach is doing at Rutgers. Like
Feisty.
feisty.
My other 11 a.m. game is I'm taking North Carolina money line versus Clemson at +145. The move has been like the line's kind of been moving towards Clemson. I just don't really trust them. I'm going to take a shot here at UNC. I have them later in a parlay and round robin as well. You're going to see me today as Chase described earlier. I'm blowing my wad a little bit. There's going to be some shot taken. I'm taking a shot here at North Carolina, just straight up. I'm not fucking around with any spread. Give me UNC money line +145.
I'm going to jump in here. I'm on the opposite side of this. I'm taking Clemson -3.5 because I don't think that North Carolina is a strong enough shooting team. And they're running into a Clemson team at home that's one of the best in the nation. You got a Clemson team that's number 11 in the country right now with a 3-point shooting percentage, and they're in the top 30 in 2-point percentage. If North Carolina shoots the ball anything like they did at Pitt earlier this week, then I think Clemson kind of runs away with it at home with some strong 3-point shooting. So I'm on them to cover the 3.5.
We're fighting in this one, baby. It's going to be a battle. I had a bam. I'm trying to play around with the sound effects a little bit more. I'm moving next to 11:30, taking shots on basically name brand teams. Oh, go ahead, Jay. I forgot.
1 second. I got one more 11 o'clock game. Seton Hall and Marquette. I love Shaka Smart so much. I'm taking Seton Hall, though, +5.5. It's a situational spot. I'm playing the spot here more than anything. At Seton Hall, they're catching Marquette in a few situations where Marquette is under 500 ATS. Following a win as an away team, and currently Marquette is 0-2 as a road favorite ATS. So we've got Seton Hall, who's actually on a little streak right now. They might not win outright, but I think the streak continues and they cover.
Give me that. So when we move to 11:30, I'm sticking with my sort of name brands, taking shots on them. I know Chase will hate this pick. I'm going to take Kentucky straight up versus Florida, +140. Again, conference openers. I'm trusting Kentucky here. I'm trusting them in this spot. I get Florida's the favorite, but you know what? Give me the Wildcats. I'm gonna take a shot again. I also have them in the parlay.
Okay. My next play is a noon game, so
I have one noon game.
Okay, go ahead, roll with it.
So for noon, I'm going to St. John's and Villanova. I'm taking St. John's plus the 4.5. Basically to me, it's looked like from my outside understanding, when Villanova plays any team that's decent to good-ish, which I believe St. John's is decent, those games are pretty close. They come down to the wire. Give me the St. John's to cover the 4.5. I'm also rolling with the under 144. I think this is going to be kind of a light scoring game. Give me St. John's plus 4.5 and under 144.
Okay, so I have one play at noon, and it's the St. John's Villanova game.
Ooh.
And Jim, I feel like it's a lucrative thing to bet against fun things to happen. And I think we're going to tombstone the fun right out of this game. As I am on the under also, under 143.5. Villanova is just an under machine. I don't remember how many in a row they have, but it's greater than 5 and less than 9. It's somewhere around there.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of unders in a row. So I think the Villanova, it just keeps on with the unders here. Let's do it. I like when we're on the same side with, especially with that's my thing. Jam. As someone who loves excess, I sure love unders.
Dude, same. I think that we've kind of, when every other like mainstream cast and all the mainstream people are really rooting for overs. Everyone's wanting overs. I think we found our nice little market of like, we love betting unders in every sport.
I just love being a goblin of just like, fuck your fun, pretty much. Like, fuck your couch and fuck your fun.
For me, it's a combination of fuck your fun, but it's also an over. Theoretically, you could be done, say, at like midway through the second half, or like in a football game through the third quarter. Your over could already be done. Your bet's done. Yeah. And under, you're sweating that thing potentially out the whole game.
Yeah. That's like the last shots, last plays, everything like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Really made me fall in love with Iowa football this year.
Oh my God. Just the best bet in football, hands down. 13-1, baby.
Chase, I have 4 at 1 p.m.
You have 4 at 1 p.m. I believe I've only got 1 at 1 p.m.
We might have the same one, or at least there's probably going to be some rollover. My first one, I'm taking the Arkansas Razorbacks straight up versus Auburn. Yeah, they ain't losing that SEC opener, and it's Auburn. Give me Arkansas straight up at home, plus 122.
Yeah. So I'm in the same game here, of course. I am always really wary of us at the beginning of the conference season. It's something that's hot. We don't get rolling until later in the season. It will be a big game. They'll be fired up. I think the way to play this is under, because you have two pretty strong teams defensively. It's at 157.5. That's a pretty big total. I know both these teams average scoring in the 80s, but they don't give up a lot of points. I think my heart couldn't tell me to go with Auburn to cover here, because I think that's kind of honestly what happens. So the only way that I could get in on this and not hate myself was to play the under.
I did that for you, Chase. I'm taking Arkansas. They're going to win. They're going to shirk that MO. They're going to start conference with a win. They're going to get hot.
All right. I love it. You like it. I love it.
Next up, I'm going with the Hampton -2 over the Camels. Camels they're on game 3 of like a crazy road stretch. And also, the Camels have been absolutely awful on the road. Like, absolutely dog shit on the road all year. Give me Hampton to cover this 2-point spread at home.
I don't know what it is about these small colleges that start with an H that I love. Like them, Howard. I had a bad beat with Howard earlier this week.
Hofstra guy?
Hofstra, yeah. Yeah, big fan of the Dutch.
I've been riding the train. You'll see that later. I kind of dubbed the end of this as just riding the train, where I look at teams that have been doing good against the spread. High Point. High Point's been doing really good against the spread. You'll see that one later. Up next, I'm going to Townsend, North Carolina, Wilmington, and I'm going Townsend straight up money line, -105. Townsend's coming back home, and Wilmington is on the 5th leg of a road stretch. This is their 5th road game in a row. These teams are very comparable. I'm giving the home dog of Townsend the edge here. I'm also betting the under 134. I don't suspect a lot of points. 5 road games in a row is crazy.
That is insane. That's quite the stretch. It's crazy. There's it's at the time of the season where a couple of these teams are just now really playing like real true road games for the first time. Knowing that they've been on that road that long is insane.
It's insane. My last 1 p.m. game, again, the other theme for my bets, I'm taking big names just for the sake of taking them. I'm taking Virginia straight up money line versus NC State. UVA's defense is good. I think they can keep it close enough. I think this was just kind of a coin flip for me. I wanted to roll with UVA. So give me UVA money line versus NC State plus 115.
Okay.
Next, I have a 115, if you want to count it.
I'm still, the next thing I got is 2 o'clock.
Okay, I got 115 and then a 2 p.m., so I'll just do my 115. I'm just this is me setting myself up. I'm taking Wisconsin minus the 6.5 versus Nebraska. Maybe this is just me in my circles, but everyone's been trying to hype Nebraska up this year. We're 12-2. We're feeling ourselves. We're doing real good. I heard a lot of fans saying, like, rank us after beating Indiana. Down Indiana, but Indiana. This is a test. Wisconsin is a ranked team. They're a good team. If Nebraska gets this done, or like even keeps it within the number, I'm gonna believe we're for real and we can make the tournament and actually like maybe do something this year. This is the test, and I've had this many times, many years. I'm gonna roll against Nebraska. Give me Wisconsin minus 6.5.
All right, so I've got something at 2:00. I've got Baylor at Oklahoma State. I'm taking Baylor minus the 4.5. This Baylor team is just an absolute wagon. And I'm even going to pay the little bit of juice to get the minus 4.5 at minus 115 here. Normally, I don't like to play these more juiced up lines at like minus 115. Like I'll wait for it to tick and try again. I'll take it at the minus 4.5 to have them win by 5. I think they do that easily. So I'm willing to pay for the minus 115.
I like that move, Chase. That one was like kind of in my wheelhouse where I was kind of looking at it this morning, piercing it over. Decided not to play it, but you might be convincing me. I might jump on.
I mean, I understand that they're on the road and everything, but I honestly think that Baylor could be about 20 points better than Oklahoma State today.
My 2 p.m. game is I'm taking Oakland minus 7 versus Green Bay. The line has slowly but surely it's been moving towards Oakland, so I'm jumping on the train. Oakland has been doing pretty decent. Yeah, I'm also fading Wisconsin Green Bay. Give me Oakland minus the 7.
I've got the next thing I have is a 3:00 game.
I got one at 2:30 before that.
Go for it.
Alabama's team total over 86 versus Vanderbilt. I didn't really love the spread. And I don't know about Vanderbilt's capability of keeping up with Alabama to kind of hit that total. But I trust Alabama to score at will versus a lot of teams, especially like teams of Vanderbilt's capabilities. So give me Alabama just straight up team total over 86. I wrote my notes, them boys go and score.
Them boys score. In the words of Big X the Plug, I at 3:00. I don't know, Jim. All right, Jim, tell me this, Jim. Jim, tell me this. Do I just want the University of Nevada, Las Vegas to be an athletic powerhouse, and that's why I'm constantly on their teams? No matter if they had field hockey, I would be on UNLV, I think. Like, do I just want the Running Rebels to be a thing so bad that I'm making things out of where there shouldn't be? Because I'm on UNLV plus 9.5 at San Diego State. I watched San Diego State play earlier this week. Hell, San Diego State is a great team. But if you look at them at this game statistically, they're too evenly matched for this to be a 9.5 point spread, no matter how good San Diego State is, and how many national championship games they made last year, which was 1. So I think that they're kind of riding on that reputation a little bit. And this is a way more evenly matched game. Give me UNLV plus 9.5.
God, Chase, I think I'm right there with you. I think they might be our biggest adopted team of the year.
Yeah.
For both football and basketball we've been rocking with UNLV for a while.
Yeah, we've been hot after UNLV. They really let us down in the Mountain West Championship game, so I think they pick us back up against the Aztecs today.
I have 3 p.m. games. I'm rolling first off. I'm taking Loyola Chicago money line straight up. I just think this is what I talked about the last show we were on a few weeks ago. 2 very close teams. I'm rolling with the dog. Give me Loyola Chicago. Same deal with Richmond versus St. Bonnie's. I'm taking Richmond, the Spiders, straight up. All I wrote in my note for this one was Spiders.
Spiders.
That's all I wrote. I don't know why I like this Richmond team as much as I do, but I really do. Give me Richmond straight up, minus 105 versus St. Bonaventure. And then last but not least, again, the theme, give me Florida State money line versus Virginia Tech plus 105. It's the theme of this week for me. It's just these big names at home. Give me Florida State straight up.
All right, I like it. I think it's weird. I don't have any. It's been a few days that I've had like a good line of money line dogs that I've been able to take shots at every single day. And I only have like ATS. I'm only against the spread. I'm only totals today. The last game I have comes at 5:00.
I have one game at 5.
Okay. This is my last play. It's Iowa State at Oklahoma. Totals at 142.5. Let's really tombstone the fun out of this because these are two elite defensive teams. They have been holding other teams to like 60 points or less per games. I don't think that they score 70. I think that this is like a real rock fight of a basketball game. And I'm going to the unders taker is just going to tombstone the fun right out of this game. Did you hear my leg hit the thing and like make like a rattle noise? Oh, because it like really like whenever I hit the bottom of the tombstone, there was a little bit of a ruckus there. So
like your desk made the rattle or your leg made the rattle?
There's like a little like storage thing next to my leg that rattled when my leg struck it. So the answer to your questions was yes.
I thought your leg would just be like dust.
Did you hear that time?
No. Let me listen again. Oh, that time I did.
Okay.
I don't know why I put my ears closer to the microphone to act like I was listening it more intently.
Do you ever turn the radio down to smell something better when you're driving?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, totally.
Or like when you're looking for something.
Yeah. Hold on.
My 5 p.m. game, I'm rolling with the Kansas State UCF game, and I'm taking K-State minus 4.5 versus UCF. Kansas State, they're just really good at home. Give me the Wildcats all day over a UCF team who, honestly, I haven't been watching this year, but just based off of my friendship with you, I'm going to say they're fraudulent.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that you judge books by their cover just based off of what I think of. I'm going to tell you the Belgians are stinky people.
Yes, I can confirm that.
There we go. Perfect. Got you on a new stereotype.
Moving on, 7 p.m., Ohio State -1 versus Indiana. I believe the Nebraska loss to Indiana was it's one of two things. Either they were looking ahead to Ohio State, in which case I don't love this, or B, the start of the Indiana crumble. I think they are crumbling. Give me Ohio State to win this one. I bet they win by like three or four. Give me Ohio State -1.
Okay.
Up next, I'm still rolling with 7 p.m., Cal State Northridge is a fucking wagon. Give me CSUN plus 2.5 versus Hawaii at home in Northridge. I used to live by that campus. I'm not going to call it beautiful, but it's a nice-ish campus. There's a really good ramen spot like 2 blocks away from there. There you go. There you go. You knew it was there.
There it is.
I'm also rolling with CSUN straight up plus 123 versus Hawaii. I'm just rolling with this wagon. The Matadors will not let me down. 7 p.m. also. Idaho State -2 versus University of Nebraska Omaha. If there's one school I really love to fade, it is UNO. This school has been, and will be dog shit at the sport of basketball. Give me Idaho State -2.
There's only so much basketball to go around in the state of Nebraska.
It's all bad. We're very much just volleyball talented. And then these ones weren't, I didn't have times for them. I just put this as riding the train of spreads. I would put CSUN in here. Give me BYU minus Cincinnati. BYU's been killer against the spread this season. That's really the only logic I have for any of these. That's at 9 p.m. At 1 p.m., give me High Point minus 7.5 versus Gardner-Webb.
Okay.
At 1 p.m., give me Evansville minus 1.5 versus Murray State. And at 2 p.m., give me James Madison minus 7.5 versus Southern Miss. Those are all teams that I believe are I think all those guys are 10-2, 10-3 ATS on the season so far.
Sure. Let me.
Arizona's off the list for me, by the way. I almost put Arizona on. The thing I will say about Arizona, if you like the team to cover against Arizona, just sprinkle on that money line because I believe Arizona is 0-3 ATS and they've lost those games straight up every time.
I'm looking through here to see if there's any. At 11 o'clock, actually, this is a team I like playing during the daytime because they're always playing at 10:30 on a Tuesday. UMass Lowell taking on New Hampshire. Give me UMass Lowell on the money line -105. This is pretty much a pick 'em.
You know what, Chase? I might jump on that with you just in solidarity. My last bit, I do have a straight up money line parlay / round robin for the people.
Okay.
And that is
I got a round robin too that I can give out.
Beautiful. I'm taking North Carolina straight up versus Clemson. I'm taking Arkansas straight up versus Auburn. Kentucky versus Florida, Virginia versus NC State, and Cal State Northridge straight up versus Hawaii. 57-1 parlay. A double rounder gets you paid out pretty well.
All right, so if I've got a parlay in, that's the CVS ticket. That's all my plays, all 7 of them. And that's plus 91.70, so 92-1 pretty much. And then my round robin is going to be we're going to be on opposite sides here. I'm on Clemson minus 3.5. The under in the St. John's Villanova game, and then Seton Hall plus 5.5.
Okay,
for my 3-team round robin.
I like it. Chase, any parting thoughts? I'm sure you and me on the gymnasium will talk plenty of the national championship for the college game. We're getting really fully into basketball season. I'm kind of ready to embrace it. Shout out UFL, by the way. They are doing their dispersal draft today. So
tell me. All right, hold on. This is worth talking about. What is a dispersal draft?
So all the players that basically were on teams of the USFL or XFL that are no longer going to be in the league.
They go into an island of misfit
big draft
toys. Yeah, island of misfit toys, and then they get drafted out of there.
Yeah, so it's looking like the roster's going to be like 50 players. So a lot of those guys are going to not have jobs still, but it's nice to see that a lot of them will. I think there's going to be like 450 players that are in the UFL, and then the other 450 are out.
Yikes!
So it'll be. It's yikes for that, but it's exciting to see who gets picked up and what teams get who.
That's true. That's true. And it's also probably good news for leagues like the AFL who are still signing people.
Huge for leagues like the AFL, the IFL. Probably less so for the CFL because a lot of those guys are like maybe comparable or not, but huge for the arena leagues, I think. Huge.
Do you have anything for the Saturday NFL games?
I thought about it, and I have something for Sunday. I looked at Saturdays. Maybe the Steelers Ravens under 34.5.
I thought about that one. I decided not to touch it since I hadn't looked at who all's not gonna play basically for the Ravens.
Exactly.
If I were gonna play anything on Saturday, I would probably take the shot with the Colts as the home dog there, plus 105. Even though I think that they're actually playing for something, which is always bad for you to be playing for something the last week of the season.
Very. I did drunkenly get a paper ticket for an NFL parlay on Sunday that I'll just give out right here.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
I went with the Saints straight up over the Falcons. I went the Jets over the Patriots. I went the Titans at home over the Jags. I went the Vikings over the Lions. I went with the Panthers over the Bucks. I went with the Rams over the 49ers. I went the Bears over the Packers and the Cardinals over the Seahawks and the Raiders over the Broncos.
The Panthers are getting some love. That line's moved about a point. Because whenever I did an Uncle Rico show, I was able to get Carolina plus 5.5.
Yeah, I got paid out pretty well. Pretty good.
Yeah. I'm sure that pays out extremely well. Based on everything.
It's like 300-1.
All right, that's what I'm talking about right there.
Any parting shots for the people before we dip out of here, Chase?
No, I love you guys. That's pretty much it.
I love you guys too, and also bet on some midweek college basketball, people.
Especially during the daytime.
It's so fun when I'm at work and I'll just have it on my phone. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, you get to mess around with teams like UMass Lowell when you do it.
Mm-hmm. We'll see you guys next time for another episode of Gym Rats. Toodaloo. Bye, bye, bye.